Hello to you and welcome to Check Your Health and Maintain Your World. It's really been a very long time we haven't come live to discuss our health issues, especially reproductive health. So thank you so much for tuning in on this episode of our health discussion. Thank you so much for tuning in on this live discussion in which we will be looking at how you can actually conceive a baby boy using your ovulation test kit. So I wish you thank Sister Akon for coming. Welcome, sis. Thank you so much. I want to also thank Simada Inostic for being around. Welcome. Thank you so much. I really do hope that we all are going to enjoy this discussion. And if you have a question, please do not hesitate to put in the discussion box, put in the chat room. If you have any question, put it there for us to discuss. So thank you so much for being here with me. So we are going to begin this discussion. So as we begin, I will just show you this for people who have maybe used this specific ovulation test, they will understand what it is. So this is ovulation test. We have different types of ovulation tests, obviously, but this is just one type, which I hope for people who have been using ovulation tests, they will be able to identify these and understand what it is. I just hope that we are able to see it. Hey, unique lady, welcome. Thank you so much. It's really been a very long time. So I hope we can all identify this for those who have used this before. Unique lady hasn't been. So we are just about starting. So let us begin this discussion in the name of the Almighty, most merciful, most glorious. May the peace of the Almighty be with you. May the peace of the Almighty guide you. May the peace of the Almighty show you the right path to follow. May the peace of the Almighty have mercy upon you and myself and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining. Unique lady, you are almost welcome. Thank you for all those who are in the building. I want to thank all of you for being here. I really do hope we are going to enjoy this discussion together. So we are going to try to answer the question, how can you conceive a baby boy using the ovulation test? How can you conceive a baby boy using the ovulation test? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sis, for being here. Yeah, it's really been long. A lot of things happened to me. I actually lost my mom, and I had to back up from online for some time, so it has not been easy. It has not been easy. But thank God we are stronger. So thank you so much. Please, can you help me share on your community? I would really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we are going to discuss on how you can actually conceive a baby boy using your ovulation test. And for us to understand this, we'll have to talk about other aspects. That is why you see me holding the ovulation pack with the one which I have at the moment. Obviously, we have different types of ovulation tests that you can have, ovulation test kits. This one is not advanced. This one is just a simple ovulation test that you can use at home and any other person can use. But the interpretation could be different. When it comes to ovulation test, the interpretation is not the same thing like pregnancy test. I think this is what I've been explaining several times whenever I talk about ovulation test. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. So for you to understand how you can conceive a baby boy or a baby girl, I'll first of all love, we are talking about baby boy here specifically. I'll first of all love all the ladies who are watching, or those who are watching. If you were to have your first child, which of the sex will you love that child to be? Is it a male or a female? If you were to conceive your first child now, which sex will you prefer? Will you prefer for that child to be? Will you prefer that child be a baby girl or a baby boy. So it's just a question, just an open question. I understand children are a gift from God. God decides which sex we to have, but there is science also that can help us improve, because the technique God has given science is to help such that you can manage your day-to-day activities. God has not left everything. God has not done everything, like even put food in your mouth. Like you have to use your hands to put food into your mouth. That's God using His wisdom to teach us. So science has its way, so that we can use all of these ways to improve our own method of doing things. So if you were to put to bed today, which gender, which sex of your child will you prefer that child to be? Is it a baby boy or a baby girl as a lady? So that's just a question that we have. So now, when it concerns you conceiving, conception first of all implies that you have to be fertile. You have to keep all the other things equal, meaning you don't have issues with your fertility, you don't have issues with your weight, and you're fine. So we can now talk about which sex you can actually have, which sex. And for today, we are looking at a baby boy. How can you conceive a baby boy using the ovulation test? So the very first thing is to understand how to use this ovulation test. The ovulation test is actually a test that has been incorporated in it the LH hormone. So we have the LH hormone that has been incorporated into this test. The LH hormone is the luteinizing hormone. So this luteinizing hormone normally comes up, normally has a surge 2 days before ovulation, that is 24 hours to 48 hours before ovulation. You have these LH hormones that are present in your ovulation test. So because of this, it helps us to know that if you see this surge, if you see these hormones going up in your body, then you will be ovulating in a day or two. That is why we have the ovulation test. And that is why you can use the ovulation test to tell if you're going to ovulate the next day or two. Now, once you have your ovulation test and you do it, you run your test. And how do you run this test? So if you have, these are your ovulation tests here. Say your ovulation test here. So if you have them, and for you to do this test, you need to open one of these. You open, this one is simple, just like your pregnancy test. And you dip this into your urine. So you dip it. There is a position that is called maximum. We know we have another advanced ovulation test which you have, which is a cassette light that you drop the sample into it. But this one is a simple ovulation test, which looks more likely like a simple test for you for your pregnancy. So when you dip into the urine and it goes up, it migrates and it reads, and you see it reach, you have the two lines. After 15 minutes, it is reading 10 minutes on this particular ovulation test, which is ovulation test credit. This one is Sweat Care. This is the company is Sweat Care. So after 15 minutes, this one is written that you read the results after 10 minutes. So between 10 to 15 minutes, it's okay to read after 15 minutes. You read this result, and in this result, you're going to have two lines, obviously, to indicate that it's positive. But for ovulation test, for it to be positive, the two lines you're going to have, the first line that will appear this way, where you apply your sample, you're going to have two lines. The first line from where you apply your sample is called the test line, and the line furthest away from where you apply your sample is called a control line. So that line that you have that is furthest away from your sample, nearer to your sample, if that line is thicker than the one closer to your hands or further away from your sample, then that test is positive. If that line that is closer to your urine is instead thin, that is not thick, then that test is negative. That is how you interpret ovulation. If it is positive, what does it mean? If your ovulation test is positive, if your ovulation test is positive, it means you're going to ovulate in a day or two. So how do you use to have a baby boy? How do you use it? So if today is your day 12 and you do your ovulation test on day 12 of your cycle, it shows that the ovulation test is positive. It therefore means you will ovulate on day 13 or day 14 of the cycle. So if you do it on day 14, it shows that your ovulation test is positive. It therefore means you ovulate on day 15 or day 16 of your cycle. If you do your ovulation test on day 17, it shows positive. Therefore means you ovulate on day 18 or day 19. That is how you do to get your ovulation test done, and that is how you do to understand when you're going to ovulate. Because the first thing is to get the test done. Second thing, when the test is positive. Third thing is to interpret the test if it's positive. Fourth thing, to interpret when you will actually ovulate. And once you have done that, now you know that since ovulation will occur tomorrow after tomorrow. Intercourse has to occur on that ovulation day. So you have to try to conceive. You have to have intercourse on the next day after the ovulation test is positive, or the day after that. So if the ovulation was positive on day 12, so on the 13th, you're struggling to have a baby boy. On the 14th, you're also struggling to have a baby boy. Reason being that the Y chromosomes, which are the sponsors of which are Y chromosomes, they are generally faster when they move, but they die of quickly. So if X and Y are ejaculated at the same time, there's a probability that Y will move faster than the X. So that Y chromosome can easily fertilize the X, right? The Y chromosome will meet the X of the woman, because the woman always have X, and this will give you a baby boy if the Y chromosome meets the X. And because we know that the Y chromosomes are faster, so that is why we say it is preferable that you actually meet on that ovulation if you're thinking of having a baby boy. I think with this, you will see the uniqueness in the cycle. So that is how you can get a baby boy. So the very first thing is to get your ovulation test done, and how is this done? You open to remove your strip, you put in your urine. If the test line, that's the first line that will appear from where you apply your urine, is thicker than the second line, which is control line, and way furthest away from where you apply your urine, where your urine was, then that particular test is positive. If it is positive, what does it mean? It means you will ovulate in a day or two. What does it mean? It means you should have intercourse on that day you think you ovulate. So if you have your test done on day 12, and is positive, have intercourse on the 13th, have intercourse on the 14th. Because the day that you actually, the ovulation day that you actually have intercourse, there is a higher probability of you having a baby boy. The reason is because the Y chromosomes, that's the sperm cells which are Y chromosomes, can move faster than sperm cells that are X chromosomes. So if they are produced on the same day and an egg is there on that same day, there is that probability that the Y chromosomes will actually fertilize that egg and you have a baby boy. Congratulations to you if you have been trying to conceive. Congratulations to you if you you are a lady who is maybe trying to have twins, baby boy, baby girl, whatsoever, baby. I wish you the very best, and I hope this is going to help you. Please, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 00237 00237 Thank you so much for being here. A unique lady, thank you so much. My diagnostics, thank you so much. Your sister who came first. Thank you so much for being here. For you who will be watching after, please don't forget to keep your questions in the comment section. We'll answer all the questions. We'll respond to all of your questions. Thank you so much. Follow me on all of social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.